What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you questions, and I want you to answer them. Just top of mind, top of head, whatever comes to your mind. But what I did is I have the most common marketing questions online.
Let's go.
Okay, that's great. Welcome back to another episode of the Monarch Social podcast, where we discuss all things digital media marketing.
In hopes to give you, the viewers at home, a little bit of insight into this digital marketing world, which we all live in.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Morgan McKell, and with me I have Makoa Skulls.
Hello.
Go, how are you, dude?
Oh, man. Good, dude. Honestly, this week has been great. This is the first week I've been back in the saddle full week, all week that's been here.
You've been traveling?
Prior to this, yeah.
You were traveling, you were doing videos for clients, you've been doing a ton of stuff. Then we switched roles, baby. I went to Idaho.
Oh, yes.
I've been in
Morgan.
Idaho all week.
I'm like, it's nice to know what's going on here, but you have not been here. Where have you been? What have you been up to?
You know, I started my week here, and we did our
Monday
morning meetings that we always do. We got everyone on the same page, and then I took off. I took off for like 3 days, and I was up in Pocatello.
Oh, yes, that's right. Tell the listeners at home what we were doing in Pocatello.
You know what we're doing? You remember our event that we had? We're doing a mini event.
Dun, dun, dun.
The 24th, Pocatello, Huddle Co-working Space, 7 p.m.
Yes, June 24th, this month.
Yeah, this month.
So just like
2
a couple days, yeah.
It's like 2 weeks. Woo. This will come out on Tuesday, and it won't be that Thursday, but the following Thursday.
Yes.
So a week and a half from when this posts. We're having an event in Idaho. So I had to go up there and get it all ready. I had to get some people on board. I had to send out some flyers. I had to send out some newsletters. I had to make these newsletters.
Get the event coordinated.
Get it all coordinated and really decide like what we're doing and how the setup is. And so I had a week up there. And on top of that, randomly, I had like a ton of sales calls come through, which I'm not complaining about, but
no, it's good.
I didn't have like anything on my schedule. And that's why I planned to go up there.
Right.
So then I'm up in Idaho working out at my office. And the phone was like nonstop. Like my phone was just blowing up my hip.
Yeah.
So
and honestly, it's kind of crazy because dude, I haven't been to Idaho in a minute. Like it's been a while since I've been up to Idaho.
Well, I think it's two things. We have a really good client in Idaho,
yes.
And they're a big client of ours, and we have a big project coming up with them.
Right. I was like, that's all about to change very soon.
But the other thing is, we're expanding our efforts in Idaho this year, and so we're going to be up there a lot more. I think we're going to be up there every week for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I don't like driving to Idaho in the snow, so I didn't
facts.
So I didn't go up in the winter.
Yes, I feel like now that it's summer, those roads are a little bit less sketchy to drive on, and I think we should. The thing with Idaho, specifically Pocatello, is it definitely has a small town vibe, but it is growing. That's why I'm so happy that we have a space up there, just because I feel like we could capitalize on that growth that's going on up in good old Pocatello.
Yeah, I love our space up there. I think it's awesome, and we did that one podcast out of there. You know. Yeah. In February.
We will definitely do some more up there in these upcoming weeks.
Well, what I was thinking, and I'll just say it on the podcast, what I was thinking, Koa, is our event's on a Thursday, and then the next day's Friday. We should do the podcast at our office that Friday.
Let's do it.
So,
down.
Yeah, that's how our week went.
Yeah, that's this previous week.
That's how it went. Now, let's jump into this. This is an exciting episode because Koa has no idea what we're going to talk about.
I was just about to say, what are we doing on this one?
Legitimately, he has no idea. Sometimes, he asks me that question when he knows. He's like, what are we talking about? Because, that's our thing. But legitimately, this episode, you have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, you were like, let's just hit record and see where it runs.
So I'm going to pull it up because I have these on my phone. And what it is, Koa, you know what I'm doing?
Huh?
We're going to answer.
Should I be nervous?
No. You're the hot seat. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you questions. And I want you to answer them. Just top of mind, top of head, whatever comes to your mind. But what I did is I have the most common marketing questions online that people ask.
Okay.
So we're going to have a really clickbaity title.
Is this like a rapid fire ask me questions?
We could just plow through it if you want, or and if if you have thoughts or ideas and you want to expand, we can expand on one.
This is why we switch these seats up, huh?
Yeah, because I want to. This is interview style. Oh, we need to get a new chair here too. So,
yes.
But like I said, clickbaity title. Agency expert, marketing expert answers the internet's most hot marketing questions.
Let's go.
Okay,
That's great.
Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I hope the title is great. But anyways, are you ready for this? These are online.
Let's jump into it.
These are the top questions that are asked to marketing professionals.
Okay.
Oh.
Hit them with me. I'm ready.
All right, rapid fire. Number 1.
Okay.
What is the best channel for generating quality leads?
Easy. Google search. And again, it depends on what kind of leads.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, but
Google has definitely got to be number 1, just because people are searching with intent to purchase on Google versus being surprised with something on Facebook or Instagram. And so I would definitely say that your highest quality leads are going to come from a Google search or the Google network.
Yeah, because they're already looking for you.
Yeah,
but once again, it does depend on your industry. But okay, cool. The rapid fire. No, okay.
Next
one. Number 2. How can I improve the performance of my campaigns?
What kind of campaigns?
That's the question. I don't know.
Okay, number 1 thing I would look into is, where are your campaigns driving traffic to? What is the final destination? Anybody can make a campaign. That doesn't mean it's going to close. A lot of campaigns you can't close on that campaign, which is kind of changing now. There's a lot of different tools out there that allow people to actually convert through the ad versus going to a website. But if somebody has campaigns up and going, I would look at A, where the destination is, because that's ultimately your conversion. B would be your audiences that you're showing it to. Make sure those are optimized for the right people, because again, you're showing it to people that don't really care, then you're wasting money. And then number 3 would be probably your ad creatives, and see what's the most eye-catching thing. How can you grab attention a little bit better so that people are looking at it? All 3 of those would be my answer to that question.
Perfect. Number 3, do I really need a blog?
Ooh, do you really need a blog? I would say dependent on what your industry is and what you're selling.
I would agree with that. Okay, go on.
Well, this is what I'll say is, if you are a longer term purchaser, if it's like a bigger purchase where you have to kind of build the relationship with the customer before they actually convert into a client, I would say yes, blogs are beneficial because it gives you a little bit more information about who you are as a company, your goals, your mission, like what you actually do. But if you are like a one-off single product, like if somebody's trying to buy a sticker, if somebody's trying to buy a coffee mug, if somebody's trying to buy something that's just like a quick instant buy, then why would you need a blog?
Well, what I would say is this. I think there's only a couple of industries that you don't need a blog. I would say for the majority, yes, you do need a blog, just coming from Morgan. And the reason why, if your business model is running ads on Facebook just to sell those quick e-commerce sites,
One-offs.
like one-off things, and that is your source of traffic, you don't need a blog. There's, especially like on Instagram, there's like jewelry is really big on Instagram and Facebook. Mm-hmm. Men's jewelry, women's jewelry. I don't know if you need a blog for that. But if someone's specifically looking for you and you want to rank better on Google and SEO purposes, I would say you absolutely need a blog. Okay.
Yes. Wait, I just want to take one step further. It's when I said like coffee mug, I take that back, because I would say if you are a store that has multiple products that are all in different industries, you don't need a blog.
Okay.
If you have one single product that's like a coffee mug and that's all you sell, and there's a bunch of different variants of that coffee mug, a blog wouldn't hurt.
Number 4, should I post on social media?
No. Just kidding. Of course you should. Always. Give me one reason why you shouldn't post on social media. That's a better question.
Horrible question. Number 5, how can I get more traffic to my website?
Run ads.
Number 6, no.
Run ads, some SEO, anything that's going to be an outreach source. That's what I would definitely use.
Yeah, there's so many like real answers to these questions, but I like these hot takes. Number 6, how can I transform more leads into customers?
Leads into customers. Again, this all does vary on what your industry is, but one thing that is very popular is have more touch points. Give more value. Give more value to turn that lead and give them more of a reason to purchase from you.
Yeah, and man, once again, so many answers to that. Clean up your customer process, like
make it easy.
The easy checkout.
Yep.
But I think the most important thing too is have data, because, if you're running a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook and you're getting a bunch of people looking at it and then they're not paying you just look at your process. Look at data. Look at the data.
Yeah, look at
that
data.
Will turn them into customers.
I would for sure say though value, because if somebody's reaching out to you for information about your company, give them some more value and maybe even like a lead offer to just push them over the edge to actually purchase.
Number 7, is content marketing effective?
For sure. Again, depending on your industry, but I mean, I don't even know if I would say depend on your industry, just because everybody can benefit from content marketing. When you're doing content, you are essentially doing brand awareness, right? You're showing that you're present online. You're letting people know new things that are going on. And again, it's one of those things where there's not a lot of overhead to do content because there's so many different types of content. Sure, if you're having somebody come out and make a professional video for you, yes, that can get a little bit expensive. But there is iPhones, there's every type of phone that can make just an awesome video, and that's content.
Number 8, how can I decrease my advertising costs?
Ooh, to decrease your advertising cost, I mean, turn your budget down. But I would say to effectively decrease your what was it, budget cost? Is that what they term? To effectively do that, you would need to probably optimize everything else to make sure that you're getting those audience, specifically your audience and your destinations, because you still want to have those conversions come in, but your outreach is going to be less because of your budget going down, right? So you need to make sure that everything else is right.
Here.
Okay, go. What?
I'm chomping at the bit. What I would say is some companies, when they start marketing, they want to do it all. They're like, let's do Facebook ads and Google ads and SEO and website. And to cut down costs, focus on one. Run one.
That's a good answer.
Like,
that's a good answer.
Like, don't do everything at first. Really figure out where your customers are and focus on the channel where your customers should be.
Yes. I was thinking that you were talking about one campaign. How are you going to lower the budget? There's no wrong answer.
That's just the question, okay?
I'll take it.
So we're both right. Number 9. Should I care about mobile?
Absolutely. More people are on mobile than they are on desktop. Short and sweet.
Number 10. Final question.
Dun, dun, dun.
How do I get started in marketing?
Very first thing
for a company.
Very first thing I would do if I was a company, if I have a budget, I would talk with a marketing agency. If I don't have a necessarily big budget, I would look into what avenues, read data, see where your customers are, see where people are coming to your website from, like where is your main source.
Yeah, that's what I would say. How to start in marketing, do all the free shit first.
Yes.
Social platforms. Make sure, I mean, you can build your website for relatively cheap, but free stuff first.
Yes.
And then as you get budget in or money in, and then really expand and buckle down.
Yes.
So
Again, if you have a budget though, it's always beneficial to speak with somebody to see what your options are.
At least meet with someone to point you in the right direction.
Yes, like what we do, we'd always do a free analysis and kind of our whole point is to give people value. Even if they don't work with us, at least after a conversation with us, they know a little bit more about what they can do and what they should do.
Well, Koa, that was the top 10 questions. We blew through that. I didn't know we were going to do it like rapid fire, but I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I think that was cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was a nice. Should we end it at that? I mean, it was short and sweet.
It's short and sweet.
Clickbait. I mean, I hate when
we'll have a longer episode next week.
Okay.
How about that? Where can they find us?
This podcast? Yeah. Shoot, you can find this everywhere. First off, you can find these on all the major streaming networks, Spotify and Apple Podcasts included. Catch this video on YouTube at Monarch Social Brand. And then go ahead and give us a follow on social media on all major networks, including Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Monarch Social Brand. Oh, wait. Website. You can also catch all of these podcasts on our beautiful website.
Episodes drop every Tuesday. Once again, guys, thanks for being with us. We know it's a shorter podcast video today, but next week we'll hopefully have a little bit longer. But hopefully we answered some of those questions. Those were the top ones on the internet, and we hope you liked it. Until next week, see you later, guys.